Today on Alley Pick, I'm going to show you this cool wooden puzzle, how to solve it, and how to build one for yourself. Stay tuned. One of the first puzzles I had as a kid was this 15 puzzle, where you had numbers 1 through 15 and you had to shuffle them around to try to get them in the right order. Sometimes I would cheat, take them out and then pop them back in, but I'm sure you never did that. Anyway, today I want to show you how to free the penny from this wooden puzzle. Here's how it works.
The puzzle opens into 3 sections. Insert a penny in the bottom section. After closing the top 2 sections, suddenly the penny is locked in place. The middle section is unmovable. The secret to opening the puzzle is to flip it over. Slide over the top, in this case the bottom section. This unlocks the middle section, freeing the penny. Simple, if you know the secret. The secret lies under the top section. Inside is a small metal ball. This ball is locked in place because of the screw, unable to move. That is, until inverted. This top section has a secondary space for the screw, allowing it to move just enough until it can be opened. Pretty clever, huh? This is my sample puzzle, which I picked up at a yard sale, which we're now going to duplicate. I have this scrap piece of walnut, which will be perfect. It'll probably work with pine, but I think it's better to use a little bit harder of a wood like walnut, oak, or maple. Here I'm cutting the 3/4 inch thick wood down to 9/16 of an inch for the bottom section. The overall length of the puzzle is 3 inches. The width is 1 1/4. So I set the table saw blade height a little bit higher than that. The middle and top sections are 3/16 of an inch thick. Here are the 2 cut pieces we're going to use. The thicker 9/16 inch for the puzzle base and the thinner 3/8 of an inch piece for the middle and top sections. I'll leave the top section a little bit longer since I'll need to cut it at an angle. I had to find the angle of this top section, which is going to get glued to the middle section, and I'm using a bevel protractor for that. Simply line up the bubble between the 2 lines and read the angle on the back. It's 20 degrees. I set the crosscut fence to 20 degrees in order to cut the top section. Since I'm working with short pieces, I'm adding a piece of wood to extend the crosscut fence closer to the blade. With the 2 top pieces cut at a 20-degree angle, I need to cut a 15-degree bevel on both of the top pieces where they'll butt together. I've changed the blade angle from 0 to 15 degrees. I can get rid of these saw marks on all the pieces with some sanding. The center of the hole for the penny is 1 inch from the end. I'll use a 5/8 of an inch Forstner bit so I can get a flat base for the penny. For the 2 holes in the centerpiece, which look like a keyhole, I'm using a 5/16 drill bit for the larger hole and an 11/64 bit for the smaller hole. The smaller of the 2 holes is 1/2 inch from the end on center. For the hole at the end, I'll use the same 11/64 inch bit. 3/16 of an inch from the end on center. The 11/64 hole on the top will line up with the small hole in the center, both being 1/2 of an inch from the end. I'm drilling the 5/16 inch pocket hole on the back side of the top piece. Be sure not to drill this hole all the way through, just deep enough to hold the ball. I need to drill pilot holes into the base for the 2 screws. Be sure not to drill all the way through. To avoid this, put a piece of tape on the drill bit so you know exactly where to stop. I tighten both screws firmly so I can take it over to the belt sander and round off all the edges. My original puzzle has a metal ball in the middle, but I didn't have another one like it. So I did find these plastic pellets from a gun that is long gone. Let's see how they work.
So the puzzle's now complete. Once again, I made something cool from junk. It took me about 3 hours to complete the project, but it works perfectly. All the edges are nice and smooth. All I need now is a coat of linseed oil to finish it off. Give it a try for yourself. It's not too difficult. Thanks for watching Alley Picked. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to Alley Picked. See you next time.